Hi, everybody. I'm Rich Tillery, and welcome to Sun and Fun 2012. We're broadcasting here live on the back of the Seaplane Pilot Association veranda, or porch, whatever you want to call this. We're broadcasting over the Florida Aviation Network, and I'm your host with the FAA Production Studios here, coming to you live from Lakeland, Florida. My next guests are JoshHarnagel and John Armstrong, both of them. Now, both of you aren't both with Bahamas Habitat, but you're representing Habitat, and you're going to talk a little bit about what you do with Redbird. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Guys, I want to welcome you guys here. Are you enjoying the show so far?
Absolutely.
Are you really enjoying the show so far?
Having a ball.
Now, you guys have a booth somewhere here that people can go visit. We're going to talk. Don't tell us what it is yet, because first we got to get them interested. So we're going to get them interested first. Tell us a little bit about the Bahamas Habitat and what you guys do there, John.
Be delighted to. Rich, thanks for having us on. We're just delighted to be here, and it's a a wonderful day down at Sun and Fun. We're just particularly excited about the announcement today and our new partnership with Redbird. Bahamas Habitat is a charity organization, a mission flying organization that introduces pilots to the opportunity to do international mission flying over to the Caribbean. We have base camps on Eleuthera Island in the Bahamas. We clean up after disasters like hurricanes or earthquakes, and we get pilots involved in that activity. We have a lot of fun doing it. We do a lot of great things over there to help people out.
Now, you guys, is your main headquarters there, or are you guys headquarters out of the United States?
Actually, it's two organizations. Bahamas Habitat is a U.S.-based 501c3, and I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'm currently chairman and president of the organization, so we have a base of support there. But we have board members, supporters, and folks that are involved from all over the country. And then the Bahamian operations are actually called Bahamas Methodist Habitat, and it formed out of the Hurricane Andrew. Was a cleanup effort that started through the Methodist Church down there. And the actual starting point of our U.S. operation was a friend of mine called and asked me to go on a mission down to the Bahamas just on a lark. And we went down there and helped him out, took a lot of tools, and flew down in a couple of twin-engine airplanes, really enjoyed the trip. And we looked at it and we said, you know what, I bet a lot of pilots would like to know about what we just did and like to do it themselves.
So is that how you got involved with it?
That was the genesis of Bahamas Habitat. We said, you know what, we're just going to go out there and tell everybody about the things that are possible to fly to the Bahamas and do missions.
So that's how you got involved. Now, you guys get other people involved. You said that other people can be involved. Is it voluntary?
It is. So it's a charity organization, mission flying, and we get hundreds of pilots involved. We teach them how to fly internationally, go over to our base camp. We do something called a fly-in and help-out event. And that event is where they sign up, they come for a 4-day stint, we fly down, we show them the ropes, we get them tuned up on EAPIS and their custom sticker, and we take them over to the camp and show them all the projects. We get them to work for a day. They bring stuff and deliver it as, mission flying operation. And once they get introduced, most of them come back. They come back for other events like that, or they come down and they deliver supplies. And when the disaster hits, we just send out the email and all of our guys show up and we do amazing things.
And now the guys that are actually getting involved with this thing, I'd imagine some have aircraft, some supply their own, how do they work that? Obviously, you have to have an airplane to do this stuff with, and you guys don't supply it. So it's when it's voluntary, it's all voluntary. You and your plane are going to help out, right?
That's right.
That's a lot of money going out, John.
The in-kind donations are tremendous. We have such generous supporters, it's amazing. For example, when Haiti hit,
right,
we had people that never dreamed they'd be doing mission flying dozens of missions back and forth to Haiti. And a lot of them got really hooked, to be honest with you. We have hundreds of pilots that fly with us regularly, and the activities are, they can come when they want to or when they're called. There is just a tremendous breadth of opportunity to serve. Now, a lot of non-aircraft owners also get involved. Some non-pilots get involved. A lot of different types get involved. We have the building of children's homes and skill centers. A lot of things going on for people to be involved with. So it's a lot of fun.
I mean, it sounds like the volunteers here. There's 3,000 volunteers that put on these events and everything, and they just keep coming back. I can imagine that a lot of the guys that do volunteer and demographic. I mean, do you know how many volunteers are currently?
Well, the camp actually in James Cistern on Eleuthera runs about 700 people through a week-long impactful mission trip, and they're doing youth groups, adult groups, all types of different groups. And then we augment all of that by introducing pilots to the additional opportunity to be a support mechanism to the missions there, as well as to all the other missions that we do. So
that's great. Now we brought Josh along with us. JoshHarnagel's with us right now. Josh, tell us a little bit about what you do with Redbird.
All right, thanks, Rich.
I am familiar with the simulators, but let's tell some of the people that out there that don't know that much about what you're doing, exactly what you're doing.
All right, thanks, Rich. I represent Redbird Skyport, which is a laboratory for Redbird flight simulations, a simulator manufacturer. We build low-cost, full-motion, feature-rich general aviation simulators that are available for everything from the individual pilot up through a large flight training operation. Redbird set up Skyport as a laboratory to test hardware, processes, and curriculum to sort of come up with solutions to the real challenges that's facing the industry. And we're very pleased to bring Bahamas Habitat in on that mission and partner with them through an experimental training program that we'll be starting shortly.
It's an experimental. Now the Redbird simulators I am familiar with, and you guys are going to put the money up to have that program going and everything. If you're not familiar with the simulators, guys, these are very versatile simulators. They can, with just that one box, how many different aircraft can you set up in that sim?
I believe right now we have 34 approved configurations and a few others that are not yet approved or will be approved shortly.
Yeah, because I like I said, I've seen the guys go from single engine airplane to multi-engine airplane, and I guess it's just a graphics change, for the instrumentation, and then a quadrant change, and et cetera, et cetera. So it really, really is. It's a great system, I think, that people have out there, and I've had a chance to fly one on a certification for a 141 school, and I had no problems getting in it, no problems cranking it up, no problems flying it around.
That's right.
Had an
You
FA.
didn't crash it?
No, I didn't crash it. Had an FAA guy sitting. Of course, he couldn't figure out where he was at, and I was like, but now the graphics that you guys are running behind that, is that Microsoft?
It's based off Microsoft ESP, which is the commercial version of Microsoft Flight Sim.
Okay, and a lot of guys are using that, right?
Yes.
I mean, and the reason being is because everything is where it's supposed to be.
Right, and it's an off-the-shelf solution, and that's part of the mission of Redbird, is to find cost-effective solutions where it doesn't necessarily take $500,000 or the cost of an airplane to build a simulator.
Right.
You can do it for something at a fraction of the cost of most of the other devices.
Now, obviously, Josh, they didn't send you out here to walk around Sun and Fun from Choppertown all the way back saying, buy Redbird simulators. You're looking for a simulator, buy Redbird. So you guys obviously have a vendor booth here somewhere, right?
We do have a vendor
Tell us
booth.
where they're located so they can come see you later on.
We're on the main drag right in front of Hangar A, and you'll see a Skyhawk. It was actually the Skyhawk that was on the cover of Flying Magazine last month, is out in front of the booth.
Okay, and you're there for autographs?
All of us are there for autographs.
Now, do you guys have a Redbird setup that people can play with?
Yeah, we actually have 2 Redbirds set up in our booth, Redbird simulators, and then there's a third one set up in the AOPA 10 as well.
Okay, so anybody gets I mean, apparently these things are taking off like gangbusters, and you can,
They really are.
I
yeah.
mean, I mean, as far as cost goes, and other simulators, you guys are like, I don't want to use the word cheapest, but it is inexpensive to have these because I see them popping up in so many flight schools. Being a pilot examiner, I see these things popping up all over the place. They're a great procedure simulator. I've seen guys from private pilot, because simulators used to be, and flight training devices used to be for guys going for instrument stuff. Hey, let's go chase needles in this thing without the wind before we put you out there in a $200 an hour aircraft, and very good stuff. But now I see them all over the place, and everybody's using them.
That's really where we're trying to take the simulation into ab initio training for a private pilot certificate, and that's really what we're working with Bahamas Habitat on. Is we're going to be starting a program where one of their staff members will come down to Skyport for 3 or 4 weeks and learn everything in the simulator up to check ride standards before he gets into any of our airplanes. and then we're going to track how long it takes them to transition to the actual airplane.
Okay. And John, do you know who that individual is going to be?
We sure do. We have a director by the name...
Do we need a drum roll?
Yeah, drum roll.
Okay.
We have an executive director that runs the camp where all the volunteers go to on Eleuthera. His name is Abraham McIntyre. He's been with the organization for quite a few years. He is a non-pilot, though he's been involved in orchestrating quite a lot of our responses to hurricanes and disasters. And he's always had the bug, and we've always said, one day we're going to get you a private pilot's license. When we got in discussions with Redbird, we clearly knew he was going to be our ideal candidate. And he passed his written test on Monday, and he's prepared and ready to go out for his 3-week training. We're particularly excited about it for a lot of different reasons. One, we just want to say thank you to Redbird for what they're donating, not only because we're able to obtain something as a gift, but because it truly will make a difference to our organization. The more pilots we have involved in the activities in the islands, the more effective the logistics are. Specifically, if you want to go between one island to another island, you have to go through Nassau. It takes all day, usually an overnight. And we have activities on many of the islands doing children's home building, repair of roofs down on Cat Island. And so it's going to make a huge impact for our ability to operate there, to add that level of additional ability within the staff.
That's great.
So thank you to Redbird for making that possible.
Yep.
It's going to be awesome.
I'm going to clap my hands a little bit, but it'll mess up my audio guy. Now, are you a CFI? Are you going to be part of the training?
I am a CFI, but I'm no longer an active instructor. I was.
What?
No.
You let it lapse? Crazy
no,
guy.
I still have it. I have
Okay.
a CFI-II-MEI, but I now do marketing for Redbird, and for Skyport in particular. And that's actually a common theme with most of our staff is we're all pilots. We all come from general aviation, and we support the idea and the mission of general aviation and the organizations like Bahamas Habitat that use it for really good works all over the world, and we're just excited to have Aben in-house and be able to offer this training. And honestly, we're excited to collect results on his experiences and the experiences of some other people that are going to go through this same training program, and we'll be releasing those results to the industry, to the public, come Oshkosh, and that's the way we're going to operate all of our experimental training programs at Sun and Fun. This is for the benefit of the aviation community and the flight training community, and we're really looking forward to going.
And now those results, are they going to be on the Redbird website, which is?
No, the Redbird, redbirdskyport.com is our website. We are not sure about the distribution mechanism for the results at this point. It is still a work in progress, but we will certainly let everybody know once we figure it out.
There you go, guys. You're going to be running for vice president here, right? or president, right? Now, where are you located here, John? If somebody wanted to come over to talk to you, get an autograph because they saw you on the Florida Aviation Network here.
Actually, the very best way to get involved with Bahamas Habitat is go to bahamashabitat.org, sign up for information for our fly-in and help-out events, and you'll receive multiple emails about our activities, what we do. You'll be on the list to be notified of our fly-in and help-out events. You'll also be notified if there's any disaster relief work and missions that we need help with. If you're non-pilot, go ahead and sign up there as well because you'll get our information. That's really the best way. I just want to touch on the fact that what these guys are doing at Redbird through this experimental program has the potential to change dramatically the introduction of new pilots to the industry. And by that, I'm a pilot as well. I'm in the aviation industry. I sell airplanes for a living. And I am out there every day watching the results of the flight schools in the field. And what they're experimenting with really does have the potential to radically change how the whole intro of folks getting involved with aviation can happen. So I'm excited on two fronts. One for our charity flying organization, and on the other as a pilot as well as a professional in the industry.
Right.
Very excited about it.
Now, you say you sell aircraft. Now, I mean, doing this takes you away from your business stuff. Does your business stuff kind of self-support while you're gone out doing Bahamas Habitat?
Well, it's actually been a wonderful marriage. Being involved with inviting pilots to fly to the Bahamas. Everybody wants to fly to the Bahamas. I've introduced dozens and dozens of people personally. We train them on how to do it. We get them set up on EAPIS. We have briefings on the website with video that teach them how to do it. And we bring them down and get them engaged in something they didn't initially plan to do. And so it's been a real pleasure and a gift for me to be able to do that with lots of pilots. So I invite each and every one of you that are out there that have a dream of flying your aircraft internationally or to the islands, come join us. Come fly with us. You'll have a blast. And we have many of our folks that come back again and again and get more and more involved.
Now, John, if they want to come talk to you while they're here, now you guys are by Hangar A along with Redbird, or are you somewhere?
Actually, if you want to talk to me, come over to the Diamond display, and I'm a Diamond distributor, and I'll be there beside those beautiful glass airplanes, and I'll be happy to talk Bahamas Habitat with you or show you some of those modern aircraft.
He's got this Bahamas shirt on. I thought he was going to say, yeah, you want to talk to me, I'll be by the beer tent. That's
Not me.
No,
Not me.
That's great. So you're doing the Diamond stuff?
It really mixes well with what I do because I'm always
Sounds like
involved
you
with
do
pilots.
everything, John.
Yeah, I do.
You know, pick a shirt. Pick a
I
shirt.
changed my shirt to get here, yeah.
Okay. Well, Josh, I appreciate everything you do. Let me shake your hand, son.
Absolutely.
I appreciate everything you're doing, working with these guys and what Redbird's doing to help the Bahamas Habitat and everything that you're doing and putting together a bunch of volunteers, the guys that, you guys, you think of volunteers as like, I got nothing else to do in my life, I'm going to go do this. You guys are very young guys to be taking on such a huge thing, and I'm sure the community, the Bahamas people, I'm sure, are very grateful for what you're doing, and it sounds like you guys are well overwhelmed with what Redbird's doing for you guys. So, I love it. Again, JoshHarnagel, John Armstrong, Bahamas Habitat, and Redbird. Guys, they're right here on the airport. You can come see him. You'll have to see him over at the Diamond stuff, but that's about all the time that we have. And so we're going to be wrapping it up here. We're at Sun and Fun 2012 on the Florida Aviation Network. And I'm Rich Tillery from the FA Production Studios, coming to you live from the Seaplane Pilots Association here in beautiful Lakeland, Florida. Guys, we'll see you later.